Guys, a lot to talk about today, okay? Some gym closures coming up. We got some updates on the renovations, some tournament results, some upcoming tournaments. We're going to talk about the UFC that we missed a couple weekends ago. It's been a long time since the last cast, so a lot to catch up on. We got a couple fights, again, we got to catch up on from the team and upcoming stuff in the MMA world. So let's jump right in. So this weekend, again, I'm going to be gone to Austin, Texas for the 10th Planet Eclipse. If you guys need anything, we're going to, from me, let me know before I take off. This next couple weekends, we're doing comp training. So we got all the guys coming in we're getting ready for competition. Saturdays, we're going to be grinding. We're going to be doing them comp trainings and making sure that you guys are well prepared for Nogi Worlds coming up. So that's happening this weekend. Again, next week is Thanksgiving. I know, it's been a long time since we did in the past, but next week is already Thanksgiving. So you guys are going to be spending time with your family on Thursday. We're not going to be having the gym open. Again, those who are wanting to train, again, you're gonna have to find some time or find some space where you can guys do it on your own. Gym is gonna be closed. I'm gonna be with my family. Don't call me asking to come into the gym. Okay, give me the day. And then Friday, we kicking it in with open mat in the morning. We're gonna have that 10 to 12 session in the morning time. And again, we're gonna pick it up these sessions since again, we're not doing our Thursday night training. We're going to pick it up Friday morning, make sure we carry that over, and we got to work off all those Thanksgiving treats. So make sure you guys are there if you guys are ready to compete. Mark's going to be out competing. Mark, what's the timeline again? How many days out are we now from Worlds? It's got to be 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we're about 2.5 weeks out.
Mark is getting ready. Mark's getting there, killing it. We got a lot to talk about on these next competitions. IBJJF Worlds are December 6th through 9? 6 through 10.
7 through 9.
7 through 9. You know, these tournaments, again, they take so many days. So, again, we're going to be out there in Vegas in December for that, so heads up. Other announcements, again, like I was saying, renovations are going underway. You guys have seen locker rooms are getting underway. We're finishing up the women's pretty soon. We're going to be working on putting up insulation because it's fall and it's getting cold as hell in the gym. So we're going to make sure we try to get that insulation in there for you guys so you can train in a warmer environment. We're working on the furnace. We're working on the heating. Just bear with us, everyone. We're trying to do our best. The place it's a long list of things we got to take care of in the gym. And I know everyone's excited for us to open up the new space and everything. Just be patient. It's coming. We're just working and grinding hard, trying to make sure it happens at in a quality manner. You know, you don't want to just rush it and have to go and redo things. So we're making sure the place is going to be good for you guys once it is finalized. So again, renovations are underway. Just stay tuned for any other announcements, and we're going to make sure everyone gets plenty of notice if there is any closures. I don't think we're going to need any closures, but if we do, I'll let you guys know. We are going to probably need some hands on some days, especially when the new mats come in. We're going to need a lot of hands on deck for us to get that mat. And hopefully we can do that within a weekend, so that way we get back on into a really quick turnaround from having that space cleared out up into having the mats on the floor. So I'm anticipating, I'm hoping crossing fingers, we can get the place ready February-ish. But again, this just depends on when the materials come in, because we got to get new flooring, we got to get new mats, and all the other things going. Obviously, classes are still going. We're not going to stop classes. They're going to keep going underway. But again, the new space, you guys, just be patient. It's coming. So again, holiday season is coming in, everyone. That means it's winter. That means it's cold. That means guys get sick. That's when people start coming in with coughs and everything. You guys stay home if you're sick, okay? Stay home, train on your own. Go get some weights. Do what Mark does. Mark got a whole little like mat floor. He got the weights. You know, you can go to Planet Fitness for all I care, okay? But don't go to our gym. Go to another spot and go get other people sick, okay? It's too risky in the gym, especially since we're close quarter combat, and we train that way. So we don't want you guys coughing, sneezing. Even if you feel a little bit of tinge, a little bit of something, just be safe. Take a test with you, whatever you need to do. Go to the doc, but stay out of the gym, okay? If you're sick, stay out of the gym. And again, we always talk about it. Hygiene is very important, guys. Make sure, again, double checking your skin, making sure you guys are all good, making sure your clothes, double checking that, smelling it, and making sure your breath is good too. Well, some of you guys, I need to have a separate conversation with you guys, but you guys got to make sure you guys are coming in, taking care of your own personal hygiene for the well-being of your training partners and for them to, again, want to train with you again. You don't want to be the stinky one. You don't want to be Pigpen on the mat, okay? So let's make sure you guys are coming in correct, okay? And for my students, if you notice it, and let's be polite. You don't have to call them out in front of the whole class, but definitely give them a little nudge to check their rash guard. If you need help from the coaches, ask one of the coaches. We'll talk with the students. We want to make sure that's a standard in our gym because we just cannot have it, and I cannot have it. I don't want to be training with guys who I can't stand to bear the smell. I'm a tap from just the smell of some guys. I can't have it. Mark, you know what I'm talking about. Mark's been there. He knows.
Yes, sir.
100%. None of all you guys who train know what I'm talking about. We can't have it. Okay, so. Let's move on. Let's talk about what else do we have? We got some tournaments, past tournaments. Mark, can you help me review the past tournaments that we've had since October? I know we had Jiu-Jitsu World League.
Yeah, we had Jiu-Jitsu World League. We had the IBJJF Sacramento Open.
Glow did something with Sam, right? Before that, they both got gold on that. Did we talk about that last time? I think that might have been Jiu-Jitsu World League. Grappling Industries. We had Grappling Industries. Coach Bryson and Logan Diaz, Bryson Davis and Logan Diaz, they both had their fights. Ethan as well. Ethan came out and competed in Muay Thai. Who else? We had Demetrius. So we had a long list of competitors, and I'm loving it, guys. The competition team is doing it. I appreciate you guys for going out and representing the team and going at it because I know what it takes to compete and I know what it feels like to compete. It takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of bravery. So I commend all you guys for competing, going out there representing. So let's review some of the tournaments that we had this last month from our team. So again, we had Grappling Industries was the earliest one, right, Mark?
Yeah.
And that was Glow. Sam wins double gold. They both win gold on that. Sam won double gold on that. Is that the one? Or is that one previously before? I think he just won maybe just gold on that. Let's double check the feed. But again, shout out to those other folks who competed on that tournament. Again, it was a good turnout from what I remember. Were you there, Mark?
Yeah, I was.
Coach Rich was out there helping to corner, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So who else was on there competing?
From our school,
Yeah.
it was
Your group?
Yeah, just Glow and Sam.
Oh, really? Just Glow and Sam. Okay. Shout out to Glow and Sam then. And then we had, again, Jiu-Jitsu World League. And then we had a good squad for World League. We didn't have, were you out for World League, Mark, or are you back? Or did you stay back for that?
World League. Oh, Zachary also competed at Grappling Industries.
That's right. Shout out to Zach. Okay.
Shout out. Yeah, I was at the Jiu-Jitsu World League.
So who do we got? It was Tiara. Shout out T. Devin. Devin had a great showing. Devin got 2 subs, man. She got the standing guillotine. And what was the other one? She got a... Ezekiel, man,
She looked good.
She dogged him, man. Those chokes are bully chokes, man. She coming at it. Devin's coming up. Watch out, y'all. Okay. So who else came out in that tournament?
Jagroup.
Shout out to Jagroup. Daniel. Yep. And all other guys.
Coach Rich.
Coach Rich stepped up. So shout out to you guys for going out there. That was this last weekend, right? And then this the day after we had Sacramento Open. Coach Mark, yours truly right here. Mark went out there represented, got his first Dead Orchard in competition. Mark, tell him about that. Tell him about that Dead Orchard you've been working on for a minute.
That was fun. I've been working on that for years.
Years, guys, years. But Mark's hit it, right? I was not surprised. You could see on the comment, I'm not surprised. I seen the dude pull it off in the training room. He probably got it on me 1 or 2 times. But this guy, again, he's got that guard is turning into like a really, magnifique guard. You got to make sure you guys watch out when you're in that man's guard. Glow, great matchup in her match. Man, that's gonna haunt me, Mark. It's gonna haunt me forever because,
close one.
Because again, who knows? Obviously, so the way the match turned out, Glow had a really good turnout. Went back and forth. She got swept once. She got the takedown on the other girl, so it was like 2-2 in the finals. At the end, the Glow goes for a guillotine, and the girl passes over to side control, right? And then boom, from my MMA instinct, I tell her to let go of the head. And the other girl scores the points, and that's just haunting me to this day. You know, had we gone to ref's decision, we don't know what the ref would have saw. Maybe could have got it to Glow, but with that final pass, she ended up losing the match on points. Super proud of Glow. Glow, if you're listening again, super proud of you, and everyone knows what a dog you are on the mat. But we want to make sure again when you guys are coming out for these tournaments, you know the rules, and myself included. I made a big mistake in that rule set, and I'm paying for it by making sure. I'm making sure I'm not going to make that mistake again. So, every now and then when you change rule sets a lot, it is a lot of difficulty keeping up. Even if you're doing like MMA, because some states require different rules. If you do like striking, exactly, Muay Thai versus, point kickboxing system, these rules in these systems are different. Now, some of you will complain about the rules. Some of you will be upset about the rules. I personally just have to, I realize after being in the game so long that you just have to learn, and it's part of it. It's part of the sport. There's going to be rules in every activity you do, you got to learn how to play them, right? If you don't want to play them, just sit out. You don't have to play that game. And I understand some people just don't want to play the IBJJF rule set. Some people want to play the sub only. Some people, really love the IBJJF rule set. It really doesn't matter. I don't care what rule set you want to do. If you want to do it and I can help, I'll support. I'll do my best. I'll do my best to support in whatever rule set you want to do. You want to do one-handed boxing, or you want to do chess boxing. I may not have as much experience in those fields, but I'll help to my best ability. So again, shout out to all those who competed. We had Coach Steven as well out there. So shout out to Coach Steven as well. And I think that was all for the jiu-jitsu competitions, right, Mark? Anyone else?
Think so.
No, I don't think anyone else went out. But we got upcoming for jiu-jitsu tournaments. Again, Nogi Worlds. This weekend, Coach Bryson Davis stepping up at BJJ Tour.
So is Coach Rich.
So is Coach Rich. And Dominic, little Dominic. Oh, I got to talk about the kids tournament. So shout out to 10th Planet Walnut Creek. We had the kids tournament out there. I think we had almost like 12 kids going out for the in-house tournament. Beautiful turnout of all the youth doing Nogi. My kids, I'm super proud of. All my kids who are listening. I don't know if you are tuning into the podcast, but super proud of all of you who competed. Can you pull up the kids list, Mark? Let me look it up. Let me ring off everyone's names from the tournament, because we had the family, my nieces and nephews out there. I think it should be in our feed, Mark. So it'll be Elias, Gabrielle, Grayson, Levi, okay, and then from who else I remember? Yeah, let me see that pic, Mark, real quick. I got. Again, Coach Logan Bryson, shout out for y'all for cornering Grayson, Patrick, Dominic, Juniper, Eva. How many you got? Keaton, Remy, Ronan, Dylan, Corbin, and Wolfie. Man, we had a squad out there. So again, shout out to all y'all who competed. Again, win or lose, I'm proud of you all. So now we got upcoming again, like I said, this weekend. It is BJJ Tour. Coach Bryson's out there. Who else is there, Mark, you said?
Coach Rich.
Coach Rich. Yeah, Coach Rich is stepping up. Let's go. And then Dominic. I think there's a few other folks. You guys will be on Sunday, right? The competitors are going on Sunday?
Coach Rich is tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
And then Bryson will be Sunday.
All right. All the best to you, too. Okay. So let's also recap a little bit of the fights we had. Okay, Muay Thai and MMA. So earlier this month, we had the Legends promotion out at the USS Hornet. Were you there, Mark, for the USS Hornet? You were there, right? No, you couldn't make it.
I was not there.
You should have seen that event. We all of us thought we were going to be on the boat for this event. We were on the dock next to it, and it was just funny. It was a great view though, but we all thought we were going to go Street Fighter and fight on the boat. We were right next to it though, but it was a huge turnout. It was great. It's a great event. Logan Diaz, Ethan Cabese, who else is there? I think just those two went out and fought. Oh, and Demetrius Belozos did the PKB. So shout out to all you guys who competed. Really, really good fights, and we had a really good turnout for our team, those who bought tickets and supported. Appreciate y'all. So we didn't get the dubs on these days, but again, the guys fought hard and resilient, and we're going to go back to the drawing board and get better. So shout out to all those again, and Legends Promotions for hosting that over in Alameda. Coach Bryson also had his last MMA fight, and man, he had such a war. Mark, you were there for that. Yeah, it was a war. It was a dogfight, man. I never knew that, I never knew Bryson would be able to dig that deep. So Bryson, if you're listening, man, that showed a lot of heart right there. I did know he was a dog. I always knew Bryson had that spirit, but man, that one it took some deep guts to just try to pull out that fight, and he was fighting to the end, going for it, never gave up, never quit, was there in his face the whole time. The whole scrap pack, shout out to the scrap pack, all my guys who trained at the scrap pack, and El Nino Training Center, NorCal Fighting Alliance. We had a big showing at SF Combat. It was a great scene. A lot of people going out. Team Black was there, so we gotta love to see when the scrap back comes together and we turn out a big show. Miles Robinson was there, and he did his thing. Skyson. Who else? Man, Ricky was supposed to. No, Skyson didn't fight that one. Ricky was supposed to fight on that one, but he wasn't able to. His opponent dropped out. So again, we had a great showing. A lot of people. We're gonna be back on the SF Combat show again. Bryson's gonna go back, and he's gonna come back better and more confident than ever. Man, he has such a war. Mark, what you remember from Bryson's fight, man? I just remember chaos.
Yeah, my heart was pounding the whole time. And then that when he started doing leg attacks at the end.
Yeah,
and he
the
was
leg
just
locks.
going for it.
Dude, Bryson's fight had everything. It had punches, it had kicks, it had takedowns, it had sprawls, it had leg locks, it had guards, it had everything. Everything you could think of in an MMA fight it had. So, and it got busted up. Definitely got busted the other dude up too. And it was a really really great event. If you guys want to watch it on SF Combat, I think it's Benny Salas. Shout out to Benny Salas and the Resistance versus Bryson Davis. It should be up on YouTube. If not, again, it should be up soon. But that fight, man, what a dog fight! What a event! I gotta see that again on a better angle. We have someone from the corner, but I need to see a better angle. Shout out to Brady Wicklund for helping corner as well, and Gilbert Melendez, of course, the boss, the big dog. And speaking of the big dog, Gilbert Melendez, and the big boss queen, Kerry Melendez, she is fighting tonight on Bellator. Again, shout out to the Scrap Pack. Kerry Melendez coming back after a few years off, and she's going back again, making a statement in Bellator. So again, shout out to her, and shout out to all the Scrap Pack who are coming out to support. We out in Chicago representing. I know Nate Diaz is out there along with some other members of the squad. Would love to be there, but again, won't be able to. The Texas duties I have at the conflicted with the time, but again, I would love to see Kerry fight live. Hopefully, they get back in the Bay sometime soon. Anyone else on that Bellator card tonight, Mark? Anyone of notice? Do you know any of them? And I know one of them, or two of them. I know. Sergio Pettis and Patricio Pitbull's on there. Bellator again, they're doing their thing. I don't know what the rumors are true. If who is it, Bryce? I think PFL was supposed to buy Bellator, right? Did you hear anything about that? Was that supposed to happen or?
I don't know the exact details, but yeah, I saw those rumors floating around.
Okay, so I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but we'll see. Bellator still doing their thing. Man, something was on my mind. I should have wrote it down. It was just about the fights, but we missed. Karate Combat, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen the news. Karate Combat's got a new president. I don't know his name even. His Instagram is President Awesome. If you could look it up, Mark. But Karate Combat is coming back with this huge event: Benson Henderson versus Anthony Pettis in a striking only rule set. So, Benson, if you guys don't remember back in the day, maybe like 2014, 15, Benson Henderson, Anthony Pettis were the top lightweights in the world. And those two ended up going at it twice. Anthony Pettis getting the better of the fights twice. So this is going to be the third rubber match. Benson Henderson wants his revenge. That Showtime kick, if you guys haven't seen it, ridiculous. Highlight reel forever. And the second one, Anthony was able to get the really quick armbar on Benson Henderson. And Benson's known for his good jiu-jitsu, so it was amazing. But now this time it's a whole nother rule set, Karate Combat. If you guys aren't familiar with Karate Combat, I love it. I'm not a big follower. I don't follow it fully, but I love to watch it. Mark, did you see anything about the new president of Karate Combat?
Looks like his name is Asim Zaidi.
And that dude is the head coach of the Goat Shed. If you guys have seen the Goat Shed on social media, the Goat Shed is one of those big. They have a lot of viral videos. They have a lot of fighters, and they've been making a noise in the MMA community. But the new president is now the Karate Combat leader, and he's putting it on. I can see he's got that charisma. He's got that a nice, really good demeanor for a kind of fight promoter. So it is interesting to see if he's going to be able to pick up Karate Combat to the next level, because I am a big fan. I like the format, small gloves, no gi top, just shirtless, gi pants, and their black belts in a pit. Not in a cage, in a pit. It offers a little different dynamic of the environment. I'm a big fan of it. I hope they do MMA in a pit one day, because I think that's a really good option. I think they probably have already, but I did like to see. I would like to see more out of the Karate Combat show. See if they can get some really big shows up on that. Any other news you found, Mark?
Lyoto Machida is doing Karate Combat 42.
He's on it. He's fighting.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, if you're talking about karate, because all the greatest, we got Lyoto's up there in MMA. They got Lyoto. You got George St. Pierre. You got Bas Rutten. You got who else? A bunch of Raymond Daniels. A lot of great karate fighters in the MMA. And karate is my original martial art. So again, I got a shout out to Karate Combat on that one too. They're coming up. We'll see if they're able to put on really big shows. They're not like a big stadium event. They're very kind of like upper class. Very they do do fights on high rises in New York City, and the crowd is a little different than the UFC MMA crowd. But again, it offers a different dynamic. I'm a fan. Maybe now I'll start paying attention more if they start marketing correctly. So excited to see a new format, new rules. Again, we talk about rules. Another rule set for y'all. Okay, karate combat. If you want to see your skills in a pit against some of the greatest karate fighters, and again, even though Pettis and Henderson, they're not karate black belts. They're both Taekwondo black belts. Karate combat is giving them the format and the rule set to try a different approach at combat. So I'm interested to see in that aspect. So talking about different forms of different forms of disciplines. Let's talk about a few past fights before we wrap it up today. Man, Ngannou Fury, guys. Ngannou Fury. If you guys did not see Ngannou Fury, you got to watch that back. You got to tell me who you scored that thing for. Mark, did you get to watch that whole fight?
I was driving during it. I forgot where I was going, but I was on the road.
The fact that the whole community said before, it's gonna be quick work for Fury. It's gonna be easy work for Fury. It's gonna be nothing to Fury, right? It's just like whatever. Don't bet nothing, right? No way. It's a guaranteed bet on Fury. Boy, did Ngannou shock the entire world. Not only debatably getting the decision, but knocking down Tyson Fury and being able to decisively say he should have won the fight. He should. And I think the whole world is in agreement that he should have won the fight, with a few exceptions. Some people are still scoring it for Fury. But again, for me, my personal preference, I feel Ngannou won. He had more pressure. He had more. He had the knockdown. Again, he was in his face the whole time. Fury was definitely doing his thing, like being able to land. But Ngannou was just in there, fainting, moving. Everyone thought Ngannou was just going to go out reckless, kind of like Conor did with Floyd. Conor just went right at Floyd and just started throwing hammers at him, but he ended up winning himself. Ngannou was a little more tactical, feinting, moving, and he didn't do what we anticipated. And honestly, I didn't anticipate Ngannou to go and be a schmuck in boxing, because I knew he's been training boxing forever and he wanted to be a boxer originally. And all the pad work videos everyone saw, everyone saw all those little clips of him training. That really didn't matter to me. What you do in the training room doesn't mean you're going to do that in the event or in the competition or in the fight. So again, I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised about the knockdown. I was surprised how close the fight was, and I knew when the decision came that it was going to go to Fury. That the boxing judges would not want to see Fury be able to win that decision. It's not good for the boxing world. But if they do a rematch, who knows? Ngannou should fight. I think Ngannou needs to fight Wilder or Joshua or someone. I think Wilder and Joshua are about to fight soon, actually. So he's got to fight the winner of one of those, and that's going to be huge. If Ngannou is already in the top 10 in the WBC rankings, from what I understand. And if he wins another fight, you got to give him the rematch with Fury. Fury's about to fight Usyk, so Usyk and Fury is going to go at it, and they're not going to be able to pass that fight, because that's a huge one. But I believe Fury will get the better of Usyk. Cross fingers, and we can see a rematch with Fury. But even if Fury loses to Usyk, we got to see that rematch. That rematch was too good. There was too much behind that, and I just love to see it. Did you see anyone fighting from this weekend, Mark? The boxing fights?
I didn't know.
Man, the whole boxing community came out for Fury and Ngannou. It was like in Abu Dhabi, I believe, the whole community came out. So you had Mike Tyson, Pacquiao, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. You had all the legends in boxing. They were all out there to watch this fight. And then I think Ngannou got a lot of respect from the boxing world. And he just goes to show you guys, people talk about MMA fighters and boxing all the time, but boxing is a part of MMA. Boxing it's like wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Wrestling is a part of jiu-jitsu. If you can't say one is better than the other, because one is a part of the other. Boxing is just as much a part of MMA. And it's just like with boxers, like you talk about strength and conditioning, it's a part of boxing. You got to have that. Or you talk about road work, or whatever the case may be. You got to be able to understand combat, for one. And then the rule set, if you can adjust and you can make those adjustments work for you, then you're going to be successful. Ngannou knows the rule set. He was able to make an adjustment. Ngannou is as an anomaly, though. Let's not disregard that fact. Super fit, super intelligent, very, very durable. And, his story, you guys got to see his story. He is not one to back down from anything. So I'm not surprised to see that Ngannou is getting the respect he deserves. But it was just, such a surprising way that the fight went out. So we'll move on past that. Again, we'll talk more about that. We'll see if there's a rematch coming up. But we got to talk about this last weekend and real quick talk about some of these last fights. Man, whole UFC world is shook up with the new champions, because Jon Jones has now vacated the title due to injury, right? Or was this interim for the heavyweight belt? right? Right, Mark. It wasn't a official undisputed, right? Because it can't be. We had Tom Aspinall, right, versus how do you say his name? Sergey. Do you remember how to say it, Mark?
Pavlovich.
Pavlovich, yeah, Pavlovich, of course. So, man, so I did not get to watch any of these fights. So, disclaimer: I did not watch any of the fights. I saw the highlights, but again, Tom Aspinall now the new champ. I heard good things about him. They're saying he may have a chance against Jones. We'll see. I like Aspinall. I've seen him fight before, but and I was betting on Pavlovich for this fight. I honestly thought Pavlovich was going to be able to do it. So that one I definitely got to watch back, waiting for it to pop up on ESPN, and I will definitely watch that one back. But I did see the clips of Dern and Andrade after that. Man, Dern got wrecked. That was bad. Mark, you saw that knockout?
I was at the Jiu-Jitsu World League.
Dude, it was Andrade. Andrade goes to shows how important your striking is once you know how to, once you get to that elite level. We talk about it all the time. When you know jiu-jitsu enough to be defensive and stay on your feet, it's going to be real tough for you not to be able to do your thing. Dern is obviously known for her great jiu-jitsu, but she got to be able to wrestle. She got to be able to take people down. She got to be able to Khabib them. She got to be able to get in there and just go relentlessly for a takedown. Trying to stand up with a girl like Andrade, you saw what happened. It's a mistake. Andrade is a killer in there. Unless you got like that power like Weili Zhang, or you have that slickness like Rose Namajunas, you're in there for trouble. I think Dern tested herself on the stand up, and now she better know next time she fights, she better go in for that takedown. She better be getting in and trying to grapple. That's and who knows how it's going to turn out for either of these two. That division right now, Dern and Andrade fought at what weight, Mark? I think it was flyweight, flyweight or strawweight. I believe
It was strawweight.
so. 115. Okay, so 115. Now that means the champ of that division is currently excuse me, Weili, right? It's got to be Weili. Am I missed? No, it's Weili. So it's Weili, Alessa Grasso right now. Yeah. So and then we got the women's division. I apologize for the women's division, but I cannot remember the women's champions right now. Who do we got?
It says that feather and bantam are vacant.
Feather, yeah, because Andrade left those, and then they got sorry, not Andrade. The Lioness, Amanda Nunes. She left those vacated, so we're still working on that. And then the other two champs, Alexa Grasso, right?
Yep.
At flyweight, and then Weili.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just Weili. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. So again, shout out to Andrade and Dern for putting on a good fight, but it was a bad day for Dern. Andrade is up. She may get another rematch against Weili, because I think Weili knocked her out last time. So Andrade is up there, and she's still a threat. Now, lastly, for the day, we got to talk about the main event, the light heavyweight fight versus Alex Pereira versus the the undisputed champ, right? The former undisputed champ, Jiri Prochazka. And man, when I saw this fight matchup, I thought of two things. I thought of one, Jiri's gonna get clipped, and two, how bad will it be? And then when this fight happened, once I saw the finish, it was definitely something where it happened, right? Jiri got clipped. The way Jiri fights is just really kind of reckless. He drops his hands, he moves his head low, he does kind of karate kung fu style blends. He doesn't do traditional boxing. And that against a world-class striker like Alex Pereira, that is a recipe for disaster. Now, my thought would be Jiri maybe try to be using that movement to get into a clinch, try to take Alex down and try to use the size, or at least get in there and just really try to hurt him with some like crazy spinning attacks that Alex Pereira wouldn't be able to see before getting knocked out or knocked down. But Pereira was too smart in there. Was able to shoulder roll, got that uppercut hook, and caught Jiri with that big nice combo. Jiri grabs him. And it looks like, again, Pereira is just rocking him and just hitting him in the clinch. And then Jiri falls back. Now, the debate here, whether it is a guard pull or was he hurt and he fell back. Only Jiri knows. I think he did. I think he did say he was okay with the stoppage. He said he was hurt. But again, it's like Jiri is that type of fighter that is going to put himself in a kind of risky position. Again, just look at the stand-up, the way he stands up, drops his hands. So sometimes he will pull guard. MMA is not very it's not encouraged so much to pull guard, but it can work. If you have a good guard, Oliveira does it a lot, and he's a former champion. So, I mean, Prohaska got clipped by Pereira and he got knocked down. I felt the stoppage was a little early because, again, his guard was still active. He was still in there. He was still moving. And Pereira was definitely hitting him, though, so he wasn't stopping him. But who knows what would happen if, Yeri was able to break the posture and hold Pereira down for a little bit. I don't think I've ever seen Pereira on the ground, if I'm not mistaken. Have you seen him on the ground, Mark? I can't think of anyone who's taken him down. Because obviously the kickboxing, but Sean Strickland didn't do it. Who else did he fight? I think he fought. Who? Can you look at Pereira's last few lists? Because I'm pretty sure no one has taken him down. If it might be like 100% accuracy on his takedown defense, but at least in the UFC. So he's got, I believe he's got like less than 10 fights in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mark?
He's 9-2.
In the MMA.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, he definitely has less than 10. So let's rack off his last opponents. So
Yuri, Jan Blachowicz.
Jan Blachowicz. Oh yeah, Jan took him down, I think. Yeah, okay. Izzy
again. Sean Strickland.
How could I forget Jan? Okay, who else was there?
Bruno Silva. Andreas.
Okay.
Michelatis.
So 8. Izzy's 2, so it's like 7 really.
Yeah, Thomas Powell.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, these are all like
so about like
LFA,
7.
Yeah.
Okay. So only like less than 10 fights in the UFC and a double champion. Can you believe that? Less than 10 fights in the UFC and a double champion, middleweight champion and a light heavyweight champion. So it's just amazing to see, again, the power of really sharp striking with good awareness of grappling, good, strong defensive grappling, being able to know where you need to be and being able to control the pace, control the distance, control the damage. So it's crazy to see. Now Pereira's calling out Izzy to come up to light heavyweight, which I do not think will happen. Izzy is not. We saw him at 205 before. Wasn't the greatest. Was definitely small for his size, and Pereira is definitely a big dude. So I think he's fitting in well at 205. Maybe if enough money goes on the line, then maybe Israel goes up. But I really don't see a fifth match going. Mark, what's your take on a fifth match, Pereira versus Izzy?
I don't think it's going to happen either, but I know Izzy would probably do it, to be honest.
Right, he would.
If the money was right.
Right. If the money was right, who knows? If Izzy is not able to get his belt back at middleweight, he may do a little run on light heavyweight. Who knows? If he does light heavyweight correctly, if he gets up and bulks up like John Jones did when he moved up to heavyweight, it may be a threat. John took a lot of time to move up to heavyweight, and he did it right. Again, subjectively he did it right. But now, again, he is hurt. It's unfortunate. And now we got a new heavyweight champ. We got a new light heavyweight champ in Alex Pereira. And, the division is shook. Middleweight, we got Sean Strickland. It is crazy right now in the UFC. We got so many new champions this year, and they're continuing to shift, man. Islam was able to knock out Volk. You guys know he's been able to stay in there. But we got a lot of changes coming up. MMA world is, again, enjoying all of these great events. MMA is at its I feel like it's at a really crazy peak right now. We're seeing a lot of exciting matchups, a lot of exciting times, and I'm just looking forward to see what's next for the combat community. So you guys, let us know your thoughts on events. Let us know on anything you guys want us to discuss. Holidays are coming around, so we're going to be a little busier. Hopefully we can pick up the podcast a little bit more, but again, we're going to do our best to make sure you guys stay informed on all the updates regardless of what the format is going to be. Newsletter, podcast, Instagram. Make sure you guys are following us, subscribe, like, share, and do all the good stuff. Any last thoughts before we close out, Mark?
All good here.
All right, guys. Take care. Wish your teammates well. I think Mark and we'll probably touch base with you guys before Worlds, but again, to this weekend, Bryson, Rich, and Dominic. Good luck, guys. Let's get it. All right, guys. Take care. Train hard. Stay consistent.